Yo, 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 how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Sir Brent Brant, and I guess Mr. Brent Brant is going to school now. He is, what happened the last time? It's been so long since we did a recording, specifically of this as well.
We've been recognized as an adult, I guess.
Right, yes, we are a 16-year-old and we are a fully fledged adult, yes, I remember that.
We're going to school right now, right? Or
we are, yes.
Whatever. And then there was the girl that kind of just disappeared.
The girl that we saved?
Yeah, we saved, and she was like in a house and hiding away from something, and then she disappeared after that.
Right, yes, and we weren't sure if we were ever going to see her again.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much all I remember.
Yeah, I think I know Mr. Gregor Brandt, our uncle, grandfather person, died at some point. I think that was more than a few episodes ago, though.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we're starting Chapter 3 today. Youth. You know, we're a youthful 16-year-old boy. You left your hometown to study in the Imperial capital. What life awaits you in Eterna? What will you study and where will you go? When push comes to shove, which road will you take? Your youth awaits, and the years to come will determine the nature of your destiny and your place in society. So, life paths that you will choose from in this chapter. We can do the path of the lotless. We can go the path of the priest. Path of the nobleman. Or we can just die. We can just straight up just yeet ourselves out of existence.
Go to the lotless.
Lotless, yeah.
It says remain a commoner. That's the only condition. So that's the most common way of going about this then.
So essentially, if we just decide to not be a priest or nobleman, unless we die, we're probably going to go path of the lotless. Which doesn't look good. It doesn't look good because that looks like a whip. And that looks like we're just going to get basically enslaved.
What else? What's going on now?
Well, I switched it to the next one, which is events that can happen in the personal life of the hero that can happen in this chapter. Yeah. So these are all the different things that'll happen. I kind of don't want to hover over all of them just because I don't want it to kind of, spoilers, which is so funny because we were literally just talking for half an hour about spoilers. Not for this game, just spoilers in general, how trailers spoil many games if you watch them.
And same with no spoiler reviews. Those are technically spoilers in my eyes because then I'd expect, like I was saying, Resident Evil 8, I beat it. Took me 14 hours, and it's either you can beat it in 3 with skipping all those cutscenes. It's literally all I can say about that. But it's there's a lot of things that happen in it that could, even knowing locations can also spoil what the pace of the game.
Yeah.
And if I didn't know some of the locations, or if I had known some of the locations, I would have realized this is going to be a short section of the game because I seen how short it was or how long it was, whatever. It's and I found a lot of reviews, even Critical's voice meter of it. That was pretty spoiler heavy, and I don't know, it's I get why their YouTubers try to do this, because they need to get people to watch them by doing something, the newest thing, but also it ruins the game for them, like it got ruined for him, in a chat that everyone in the chat's going, what this, the feeling of this part of the game is supposed to be, and then he's like, all right. And then he just ended up not feeling anything for it because it was spoiled for him by being told that he's supposed to feel that way. So, I don't know. Spoilers suck, and watching too many trailers also sucks too.
that you know what? That is one of the things, because I do want to eventually do live streams and Twitch and things like that. But there definitely has been more than a few times where I have seen. For instance, GT Live, right?
Mm-hmm.
and what is it? Until Dawn, I think. Any of the games that require choices. I think it was Until Dawn where, literally chat was oh, do this option because you'll fuck up if you don't.
Yeah.
Like, and so he was just following it pretty much the entire time. And so it's like, oh, if I wanted to watch somebody like just do a perfect run of the game, then I wouldn't like want to watch my favorite YouTuber do it. I want to get my favorite YouTuber's reaction to it and watch him mess up and stuff and have like a genuine reaction rather than him reading chat and saying, oh, I should make this decision at this point to get the best ending.
Yeah.
Like, unless that is your goal from the beginning to say, hey, I'm trying to get the best ending, help me out on it.
Yeah.
If you're just trying to do a genuine reaction, just don't spoil things. Don't be like, hey, this next area coming up is the scariest part of the game. So be prepared. It's like, what? now I'm not gonna fall through this jump scare. Or like, yeah. Anyways, it takes a whole month to reach Eterna. You and Tomas spend the days wagging your chins and staring at the scenery as your old carriage makes its way along the road and towards the next province. Soon it crosses from the familiar barren, arid lands of Magra to the stately mountains of Illyria. During one of your many stays at a roadside inn, the two of you manage to share a whole bottle of strong wine and keep it a secret from the servant who drives the carriage. I just imagine them getting like totally shit-faced in the back. Like, how do you keep that a secret? Oh man! Hey Jim, how big's your penis? Like, how are you gonna keep that a secret? Jeez Louise, adult life feels positively intoxicating.
Soon, I tell you, we'll be there, and I'll learn my sword as soon as I get accepted into the military academy, you see. And then nobody's gonna walk all over me like I'm some commoner.
You keep rehearsing everything they taught you in school. Soon, you are almost at the end of your long journey. You have left behind the arid rocks of Magra, the mountains of Illyria, and the flooded meadows of Arknia. Eterna, the capital, is right ahead.
So we were in school. Now we're going to college, I believe.
Yeah. We're going to like our university, like college. Yeah, which is why we're getting shit-faced beforehand, you know, I mean. That's what you got to do first day of college. Hell yeah, man. I mean, it's only for a couple hours for an orientation anyways, geez. Situated at the junction between the Reglata and Talrina rivers, the city is vast. 3 majestic stone bridges keep its 3 shores interconnected. Smooth stone paves the main city streets. Gilded moldings decorate the buildings. Towering pillars reach high into the sky. Your carriage takes you past a spacious park with marble fountains and intricately trimmed bushes. On the streets you see ornately decorated carriages bearing Arknian coats of arms and abundant merchants' tents filling the streets with beckoning cries and unusual sights. The spires of ancient temples dot the city skyline. The carriage comes to a halt on a large city square with a towering marble fountain. The coachman says you have arrived. Tomas is to apply at the military academy. The academy barracks are 2 streets away. Your lodging house is in the alleyway nearby. A room has already been reserved for you. God, I've had so much caffeine today that I want to read everything super quickly, even if I don't get it right.
Yeah.
It's like you get out of the street and say brief goodbyes to each other. You promise to me to get out of the street. Blah blah blah. The friends disappears. Like that's how I feel like reading the entire time. And then your friend disappears into the crowded streets of the capital.
I have not had any caffeine because I slept like 17 hours.
Oh, you did. I can't believe you did that. That's amazing. Yeah.
It's from like 3 weeks of getting 3 to 5 hours of sleep at night. Oh. And then on my days off of just sleeping like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So getting minimum amount of sleep really sucked.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I wish I could do that though. Just like sleep, 4 hours a night or whatever. Because I'd be so much more productive. And then just like on a day or a couple days where I have off, just sleep like 17 hours. Like, oh, that'd be so nice.
It's from playing RuneScape, and then the last few days just playing Resident Evil 8.
Oh, dude, Resident Evil 8. Hell yeah, man. You are left to your own devices in this vast city. A group of nobles walk past. They are dressed in well-fitting clothing decorated with gems and golden thread. You are not even noticed. Street urchins chase a dog down the alleyway. Soldiers of the Imperial Legion are marching to fifes and drums towards the barracks. Humble pilgrims are gathering to the great temple of the twins. There are sounds of music and fountains and the smells of baked bread and garbage drains. That's two very opposite things. Baked bread and garbage drains.
Okay, and back in that time, wouldn't they be just throwing their shit pots out the window still?
I was gonna say, right? Like, yeah, I mean, maybe... I don't know, man. I guess technically there isn't really a time period. Like, yeah, it's 1134, but I mean, is that real life? Probably not. So I guess it's... I don't know, man.
They don't have TVs, so it's before my time.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. You quickly check...
So it must be shit pots.
Right. You quickly check in at the lodging house, then go back outside. The sun is setting. The streetlights come to life. Merry music fills the taverns. Couples and noble coaches with tinted windows fill the streets. Shadows and hushed voices and laughter fill the parks. You are all alone with this city so vast and unfamiliar. You take a look around, determined to fill your first night in the capital with memories, unless we die. Because, I mean, we very well might die. Like, I'm pretty sure that's going to be us right up there, and we're just going to go... splat. Like, we very well might. You see young nobles gathered by the fountain, talking and making jokes excitedly. One of them keeps glancing at the clock tower. They are about your age. Their clothes are hand-tailored, and two of them bear noble swords. They seem to be waiting for something. It might be a good idea to make their acquaintance. It would be most helpful to develop a familiarity with the influential nobles of the capital. Loud music from a large establishment on the corner distracts you for a moment. The servants... Oh, that was very loud. Very, very loud. Loud sound effects from the large establishment, more like it.
Yeah.
The servants have just opened the shutters to air out the hall. It seems there will be a gathering inside. People from various estates greet each other as they take their seats. A servant by the door of the establishment hails you. Sir Gert Arkwright will be making a speech about the rights of the common estate. If you wish to listen, you'd better get inside quickly. Then you look at the great temple of the twins at the far end of the street. The pillar shines in the evening dusk above it. The temple gates are open, and worshippers are flocking inside. There are too many people for an ordinary service. This must be something important, and definitely not during a pandemic. What do they preach here in the capital? What do they say of the new faith and teaching of Patriarch Photis? You snap out your reverie when you hear loud laughter. A group of young men dressed in the colors of the Imperial College have made the acquaintance of several lovely girls. They are making their way down the road, united by merriment. One of the girls smiles at you. It is an invitation to join them. Is it really? Is a girl smiling at you an invitation? I don't know, man. Might not be. They're probably just being nice. Or they're, awkwardly smiling because you're just staring at them the entire time. They turn the corner and walk away, but you can still hear their voices ringing and echoing through the street. A night of revelry and jolly, loud fun doesn't sound half bad. This is your first night in Eterna. No matter what you choose, you will remember it for a long time. So, Brent, our first choice as a 16-year-old adult, do we meet the noble youths? You forge a bond with a group of young nobles.
Diplomacy, manipulation go up.
Oh, yes. I totally forgot about the stats.
Willpower goes
Diplomacy up by 1, manipulation, willpower. Okay, we've got 5 willpower, so it is possible to do this. I think we can do all of these because we got willpower for days. We can listen to Arkwright's speech. You decide to listen to the speech on the rights of commoners. Manipulation +1, eloquence? How do you say that? Is it eloquent?
Eloquence.
Yeah.
Eloquence or eloquence.
Okay, I think I've always read it as eloquence.
I for some reason it's either or for me, depending on how it's being read in a sentence. Like eloquence.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Sequence. I guess that would be.
That's the thing. I see the quince and it reminds me of like sequence or something, right? So it makes me think eloquence.
Yeah.
We can visit the great temple of the twins. You follow the other worshippers to the temple and attend the nightly service. Or we can run after the students. You run after the gaggle of students and join in their merriment. We could become the local drunks. It'll be great. So Brent, if this choice were solely up to you, what do you think you would do? Either based on our character or based on your personality.
Because I don't think running after the students is something you would do.
Probably not. If one of them just kind of smiled at you, it's kind of like you go up to a group of them and you're like, "Hey, that girl smiled at me, therefore we can hang out all night."
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna work.
No, because I think he would like, I came here to learn, so I should be learning.
Yeah.
Or something.
I don't, unless he somehow discovered that he's an alcoholic, I don't think he's gonna go after the students.
Yeah, so it would more likely be the speech, just because that's the most closest thing to learn.
Yeah. I think it would either be, I think for our character, it'd either be listen to the speech, or meet the noble youths. If we decide to go into the noble, route. Because the way I see this is like, okay, this is just a throwaway, basically, just for willpower. Because we get plus 10 willpower for that, meaning we can do more actions later. Which is honestly is not a bad idea. But I think for role-playing sake, we wouldn't be doing this option anyways. But yeah, I think we would probably do one of these two. This is probably just going to be more to just accepting your fate as a commoner and being like, screw the lots and stuff. And this one, if we decide to go the noble route of it. So I'm down for either one of these.
I'd say the top one because we're closest to 10 on those.
You know what? We are. And that's probably a little bit better for us if we play this. Because we can play this role-playing, but we can also, at least be smart about it a little bit, play to our strengths, I guess.
You can say that he came here to learn because he's been told to, so that means if he's going to learn, he must meet the noble youths and stuff like that.
Hey, that's true. And we also did at the very beginning of the game, what did we do again? We licked the sword or something. I can't
Kiss the sword.
Kiss the sword. No, we're just full on
just made out with a sword.
Just made out full tongue and everything. Just and then they're like, what are you doing with the sword? And you're deep throating the sword.
That's I'm practicing to be a circus performer.
Yeah, right. And then they're like, okay, you're definitely not becoming a noble.
You approach the young nobles and introduce yourself tactfully. Your father, a judge, has sent you here to study, you explain. Would they mind showing you around the capital? The nobles eye you uncertainly, and whisper to each other. You prepare to face the rejection, but to your surprise, they agree. When the clock tower strikes 8, your new acquaintances proceed to a rich house not too far away. Candlelight fills the halls before you, reflected in abundant mirrors and gilded picture frames. Manservants bring drinks and refreshments to every guest. There are the sounds of music and laughter and small talk. Here and there you see couples dancing to the music. It appears you have made it to a small noble party. The nobles are gathered in groups. You take the time to get introduced to each of them and join in their small talk. Some discuss the studies at the college, while others relay fresh gossip. Have you heard that the Milanitis...
the Mila Kunis.
That's why I couldn't say it. The Mila Kunis carriage was seen in the city the other day. You mentioned how you once encountered Octavia Mila Kunis. Wow, that's funny. Daughter and heiress to the Archduke. Okay, so she is a 3-word. Never mind. Just moving on. The square in Anazot. These words draw a small crowd. The Mila Kunis dynasty rarely, if ever, visit Eterna. They say it's the only house that can stand its ground against the Imperial Tempest dynasty. Or dynasty, or whatever way you want to say it. One young man even allows himself a little joke. They say that the great Archnean house turns to a Mila Kunis only when a Tempest needs to be refused. After all, only the Mila Kunis dynasty still knows how to say no.
But saying no is so easy. It's literally just 2 letters. How can the Mila Kunis dynasty be the only ones that can say no? Oh man.
But there is more. But there's more. It turns out that all humans owe the Mila Kunis dynasty for their foray into nobility. Char Mila Kunis was the Archnean who opened the first college. So much Mila Kunis in this one.
I was gonna say this is all about Mila Kunis.
and its graduates were the first to be ennobled by the mantle. To feed and nourish their barren land, the Dukes of Magra took to the industry and began adopting innovative industrial and social practices. The dynasty's motto is remembrance and majesty, but strife and change would suit them better.
Don't you mean cloud strife and change? Jeez, get with the times, man.
And then the nobles start discussing the other great Archean dynasties. The Tempest dynasty, god damn it, now I'm really focused on how many times I'm saying dynasty, is the first of the first naturally marked by the twins anointed to rule. The Tempests are known for their sincerity, often bordering on a volatile temper. Yet it is this very passion that has led them throughout history. The Tempests have been chosen by the gods to rule the empire. The Diamond dynasty, god damn it, are the main supporters of the emperor's family. Honor personified. The Diamonds presided at the Archean courts of honor. Man, there's so much words here that
dude, I found that this chapter has just been like run-on sentences or like weird words.
Yeah, of honor that remain throughout the empire in spite of the public taboo. These courts hold more sway over the laws and lives of the nobility and imperial edicts of the prefectural authorities. Some mention Patriarch Junius Diamant and the black sheep of his own dynasty. He preaches of the new faith that rejects the lots and stirs stirs the minds of the common folk. So
see, this is I kind of like this. Like the preaches the new faith that rejects the lots. I feel like that kind of fits in with us a little bit because as far as I know, we're not really a huge fan of the lots and all that.
Yeah, a lot of these words here are like Bahamut and Bahamut or Bahamut type of just different ways of saying the same word, and it's all canon in Final Fantasy. Each way of you saying it is the actual way to say it, so it doesn't matter how you say it.
Just like what is it? The word behemoth.
Yeah.
Where I didn't know how to pronounce it properly, so I called it a behemoth.
I call it behemoth.
Behemoth. Okay, all right. I like that. That's good.
And again, there's each way is saying it different, but the only reason why behemoth is more synonymous with it because there's a band called Behemoth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's a heavy metal band. So yeah.
Oh, there you go.
At least that's why my brother says it that way. That's what I should preface that with. But the Orgriff dynasty is another noble bloodline favored by the emperor. They zealously advocate. God damn, with all these words, it's like I get that they make them seem smarter, but you're just stringing like a bunch of just unknown words together to describe all this thing. It's just kind of or lesser used words.
It's like when you're trying to up the word count on your essay, right? So it's like, you could say it one way with like 5 words, or we could say it a smart way and use like 8 or 9 or 10 words. Yeah.
Yeah. They zealously advocate the twins' faith and see the empire as the union between heaven and earth. Every year, the Orgriffs donate enough funds to build new temples to build new temples across the empire. The Mon Rogue Dynasty is, goddamn, more dynasties, is an ancient and controversial name. The Mon Rogues often speak in favor of removing humans from nobility, restoring nobility as a solely Archnean privilege, and returning all human-manned offices in the empire to Archneans. Many Gospers accuse the Mon Rogues of plotting against the rule of the Tempest to bring back the old Archnean Old Republic. Okay, I just thought of Star Wars there, but anyways.
Yeah, the Old Republic, yeah.
And the joint rule of the Archnean dynasties, as it existed long before the emperors first came to be. The discussion of courtly affairs and noble dynasties soon gives way to cultured I think the choice to go into these nobles is why we're talking or thinking
it is.
all this. Yeah,
I think so. I'm pretty sure if we went to hang out with the party goers or whatever, I'm sure there'd be a lot more action and a lot more right? a lot more slang and yeah.
Cultured entertainment. Expensive wines flows like water. You too ask a couple noble ladies to dance and show your skill. You return to your lodging room in the small hours of the night. Okay. With just enough strength left to undress before your aching head and feet make you collapse. For the first time in your life, you have mingled with the noble crowd on your own, without your family's aid.
Nice, dude. I feel like we're a noble already.
So diplomatic.
Oh, dude, so diplomatic. We went to a noble party and got drunk. I'm pretty sure they were playing the song Turn Down for What? Like 90% sure. I mean, that was the biggest hit in the year 1134. Everyone knows that.
I just finished the water.
Nice, dude. You know what? I might even have a sip of, not water, but some strawberry acai refresher.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cat's coming to bugger me.
Oh, good. Good. It wouldn't be a let's play of this game if your cat didn't come to say hi.
You have spent the last 3 days studying books, but today you decide to take a walk through the streets of Eterna. They are full of life as usual. You proceed through the square next to the lodging house. A procession of priests walks through the square. You notice that one of them holds a banner of the new faith, an open book. This is the same banner that was behind the Patriarch Photis on the day of his assassination. Oh, the cat's gonna jump up on the table. Oh, he's fucking up on the table. Now he's fucking up the table.
Oh, there he is. Oh, we see him. Oh, look at that. He's so majestic.
Just
Look
in
at
the
that
way.
majestic cat.
Staring out my window from 20 feet away.
Yep. Because why not? Oh, what's he doing now? Oh, he's going to jump down? Oh, there we go.
I'm not sure why he's doing that.
Yep.
A crowd immediately gathers around them. Many people are looking at the icon painting on the small pedestal depicting a gray-haired man with glowing green eyes. You recognize that face, the face of the late Patriarch Photis. A man with a thick beard appears by the icon painting. His broad shoulders bear a white and gold cloak with the coat of arms of the capital province embroidered on it. He is Luke, Patriarch of Archnia. He casts his stern gaze over the crowd.
Do you want me to be him, or do you want to be
I'm trying to think of a voice. I speak to all who live within the sight of the shining pillar. Exactly 1 year ago, we lost Photis, Patriarch of the Magara province, mentor of those new faith. I think that's having that comma, the Patriarch of the kind of like doesn't work in an actual speaking term way because you're talking to people who know about this person. And you, anyways, I guess. Anyways, Patriarch Photis was the first to see the books of Asachis. For nothing but the words of man, not the words of the twins themselves. He was the first to tell people to seek the path of the gods in their own hearts instead of blindly following their lots, to seek the answer to the lives of the twins and their own hearts rather than the words of the priests, including him. Through Patriarch Photis, we were able to see the truth. Through his death, we saw that his words are not heresy, they are truth and used to be obscured by Asatius's lies. Asatius's lies. And now I bring good news. Patriarch Junius Diamant has seen to it that our teacher will be canonized as the saint.
That's right, he's gonna be shot out of a cannon.
And then
he's gonna get canonized.
And gonna be part of the official story.
Yeah, he's gonna be... Oh, that's hilarious.
Yes, Junius Diamant, an Archnean from the great dynasty of the Patriarch of Astenia, has joined the new faith himself. And through this, we hope that the entire empire will soon see that our doctrine is the truth. We are free from the shackles of the lots. We are equal before the twins. With each day, more and more people hearken the truth. And one day, the entire empire will hear our call. So let us pray, my brothers. The believers around you bow their heads in prayer and thank the twins, not for the lot they were given, as they usually would, but for the chance to choose their own path. The Patriarch's sermon is inspiring. It compels your hands to meet in the sign of your prayer. It compels your lips to repeat the words of the new faith. Patriarch Luke's sermon forms the cadence around your heart, and your heart beats in a time with it now. Man, this person's making... This Brandt is really, like, trying to upsell his, like, connection to whatever this is.
Oh, I know, right?
It's like, it has to mean something because I don't have a decision of my own. So, well, anyways. You recall the murder of the Patriarch Photis a year ago. It seems more patriarchs share his doctrine now. The news of Junius Diamant joining the new faith is stunning. If an Archean from a great dynasty has sided with Photis' doctrine and agreed to see everyone as equals under the twins, and new faith must truly be putting down roots. But suddenly, several figures appear by the podium. Figures clad in black. It's Sephiroth.
Oh my god, it's Sephiroth. Bald Sephiroth. Oh.
And it's all Sephiroth's followers. The numbered ones. You know about them?
No.
Okay, they're all in a black cloak, and they all have like a tattoo on their arm or somewhere on their bodies donating which number they are. Denoting. I mean, not donating. Denoting which number they are, in which they are experimented on by Hojo to merge with Genova's cells to make another Sephiroth in a way. So that's why you see Lodge, Kadaj, and whatever the other third one was. I can't remember right now. Kaz? Because from the movie. You know, apparently they're like the same way, but they were created through the live stream instead. Anyways, that was a really weird tangent to go off in. But anyways, Inquisitors, they silver on their side, a glinting silver on their side. Inquisitors, they push through the crowd and form a circle around the Patriarch Luke. One of the priests rises from the crowd. He is clean-shaven, tall, and chiseled features. Everyone falls silent in the sight of him. The Inquisitor speaks with the booming voice that can be all heard by...
I am Father Ulrich, in the name of the twins, and by my right as an Inquisitor, I order you to turn around and leave. The words you're hearing are full of lies. Patriarch Luke has set out to poison your hearts and minds, and the Inquisition will not allow this heresy to spread. The only true path in life is the will of the twins. Life offers us no other choice, and you are hereby ordered to disperse at once.
He exclaimed,
very booming.
Yeah, he exclaimed very terrifyingly.
Yeah.
Most I had very Michael Jackson vibes off of that.
You know what? Honestly, as I was reading it, I was like, wait a minute. What am I doing? Who am I becoming? Uh-oh.
Most people leave the square immediately. Few want to get involved with this inquisition. Some people stay, however, and some even shout angrily, "We want to listen." That's a really odd. Anyways, we want to listen to Luke. He is the patriarch of Lurkia, and he has more to say. Get away from our sermon, old believers. We will not listen to you and your hoary old lies about the lots. Okay, I read that like somebody was like screaming that out, but from a paper at a presentation and looking down.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. Oh jeez, that's hilarious. Oh my god.
That's how I do presentations. That's how I did presentations in school.
You got the paper up here, so you can't.
You don't look at just the crowd. You're looking down into the paper and just reading word for word.
Oh, it's too good. Well, you know what, Brent? How about we continue this next time on the next episode? Yeah. So thanks for watching. If you like this episode, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Do the things you do for everyone else, but do it for us. Do it for this bald-looking Sephiroth dude over here and stuff. He looks very stern. He looks very, like, I don't know. He's got really big ears.
Looks like Rude without the glasses.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, jeez Louise.